It's just super, like, I don't know, really simplified. I like shaking them like this, because when a girl does this,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I thought about that. My name is Onesevennine. I'm painting a mural today with Hops. She's one of my favorite artists. We're doing an Adventure Time mural that I picked out. I like that it's lighthearted and cute, and a lot of people can appreciate that aspect.
And you've been sitting here listening to us do this, so.
What does that have to do with anything?
That means you're going to be better at it.
Hey, this is Hops. I've been painting in Seattle for about 7 years, really inspired by New York East Coast traditional style of graffiti. Today I'm painting with the lovely Onesevennine. It's one of my favorite artists to collaborate with, and we have come together to do this Adventure Time mural. I didn't know what Adventure Time was until Onesevennine came to me with this idea, but I'm really excited to know about it now because it is just straight mathematical.
What's your favorite part of doing a piece?
Probably just laying the initial sketch on the wall.
Yeah?
I think a lot of times I walk away and I take these progress shots throughout my painting process, and every time I look at them later, the sketch on the wall usually ends up being my favorite. It's not to say that I don't like my finished pieces, but for some reason that just always looks best to me.
Is it like because you're kind of like getting loose with it?
I think so. I think it's like before it's before there's any pressure and before you're trying to really create something completed, and so you're just kind of more free and not so concerned, and you're less stressed out, and you're just creating more of an organic flow of putting paint on a wall. And I just think that the sketch always ends up looking like, you know, the best part of a piece.
That's really interesting. It's really cool to see like how so many people have different like parts of it that they like. Because, you know, I talk to some people and they love doing the halo. Like some people just love putting the halo or putting the shines on.
Oh, because that's like the process of finishing.
Yeah, you know. But it's interesting to hear like that because that makes sense because it's a very organic part.
I really like doing characters because I like the movement that they create, how it brings a piece together and makes everything look uniform. It's a really great way to tie people's work together. I enjoy it.
Oh, talk about cutbacks, because you're cutting back your stuff.
Yeah. So when I paint, I tend to cut back a lot of the lines just to make sure things look crisp, and that just entails laying down one line and then cutting back with the other color, just so you get nice crispy lines. It's a technique that you can use that makes your pieces look finished.
You can paint as clean as you want with as thin caps as you want and as good of a paint as you want, but everyone benefits from cutting back lines once in a while just to kind of make the piece look like a finished product and make it look as clean as possible.
What do you think about like color theory or like ideas of color, like when you paint? Like, is there a certain spectrum you work with, or?
I tend to fall into patterns and end up using the same color schemes over and over again, and I think a lot of that is just, you know, me being in a comfort zone. Mm-hmm. So like with pieces like this, it was really great to kind of have Onesevennine pick out the color scheme. I enjoy that. I enjoy doing scrap can pieces. I enjoy being dictated by colors that I didn't get to pick out myself, because when I get that freedom, I usually end up just falling into the same routine, which is not always great.
But in this circumstance, it was like almost like a surprise, you know. You weren't quite sure what you were gonna get, and then all of a sudden you're like, what am I gonna make out of this?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Show up and they're like, here's your fill colors, here's your outline, here's your halo, and it worked out well.
Make it work. So you picked out the colors, right, Angel?
Yep, I picked out the colors. Well, I asked Emily what the colors that she was comfortable with, and then I adapted that to what was the Ice King's Cavern. So I kind of listened to her, but I also ultimately just followed the template of the image we were working off of.
Staying true to the project of what it is, but adding your own flavor to it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
just accenting colors.
And what was the really inspiring part for you on this particular part of the mural?
I wanted to do an Adventure Time mural.
Just in general?
Yeah, because Adventure Time is such an awesome cartoon. It's engaging, it's fun. What they talk about and the topics that they handle are really simple ways of dealing with problems that are real life situations. And so kids can go out and apply that, you know, in their everyday life. But, you know, adults can also take a look at it and see how to problem solve.
Learn
how to problem. Sometimes problems aren't so complicated.
Yeah.
The thought process makes them complicated.
Okay, I like that. Do you guys have any closing comments about the mural to say to each other, or maybe talk a little bit about your future trip coming up?
I want to give a shout out to Inky really fast for being a champion and withstanding that cold weather.
Poor Inky, we really had to wrap her up because she started shivering. Yeah, I'm really pumped we got to paint today.
Oh, me too. This is really just the jump off point. We're about to go on this 8-day spraycation on the other side of the world, and we create more projects and murals like this.
Yeah, summertime's coming up. We got a lot on our plate.
We won't have to deal with the cold anymore.
Yeah.
Time to get busy.
It is time to get busy. It really is.